Greetings and hello. Greetings. I am the ancient Tralaka speaking here in spirit video 68. You may be wondering why in all my videos, why I stay away from most of the time from talking about the Orion system's species. For I tell you again, some of the different species of Orion I do not trust, both in ancient times and yet of the present time also. For truly, I tell you, they are of a two-faced complex many times. They say or do or claim one thing, while in the background there is a whole other agenda going on, which may truly not be to your best of interest. Though there may be a species of them in Orion, whom are not like that no more, for they have graduated in their aspect of the learning curve and do things in a more higher energy within their life and functions. However, I have yet for them or one of them to come over to my present turf here on Earth and sit down and speak with me or invite me to their home worlds for conversations in a fashion or another, whether it be in meditation or sleep time or out of the body experience, so they can get it all together finally and desire to set the record straight with no sneaky stuff. No. And explain their motives and variable histories for their species, as well as the factual interactions with other species and motives for doing so. Now, the 13th sign of the zodiac, as I have been explaining in other videos, for many years before I was even making videos, that 13th sign I have been saying is the snake. Some of their species are very developed and ultra educated, while many of them have a very strict style of living that is one more of formalities, you could say, to make sure their species, which is just one of many variable species of the snake, keep going forward into a long certain future in an organized fashion. Now, many species of the snake's sign of the zodiac are taller than Earth humans, with variables of humanoid forms of body. Some are very scaly, though with larger scales with a greener tone to them and much more rigid and formed scales, while many of the others are medium or small scales, and some of them are much more of a sheen look to the skin, and you can't actually look at the actual scale itself because it just blends so seamlessly in. Some live in the Vega system in the nighttime skies. Some live in the Pleiadian system of planets and moons, while others live in a system behind the Lyran system and behind the Vega system. It is rumored that there is some long-time colonists of them in a few of the habitable moons within a massive solar system of the Orion. While the Orions, I should say, until the Orions come forth and speak to me about this, this cannot be verified. Though, within an inner Earth pocket of Earth, there is a base that has been there hundreds of thousands of years, though not the same as other species of the snake beings, which is of a light, smooth green and mid-tone scales and extremely intelligent from the Persean system, the two entirely different species who keep to themselves here on Earth until Earth spirit humans grow up in mental maturity and widely allow interspecies trading. Okay, now back to the lesson. Many variations of species of beings of the 13 signs of the zodiac snakes look very much like a 21st century Earth human, for the most part. This, I tell you, is the truth. And for, as I have mentioned in other videos, the humanoid form is predominantly seen in so many parts of the living multidimensional universe for its adaptability in many different situations. Okay, let's do a little bit of freestyle math. Though there is a few very stable-minded and developed species of humanoid reptilians, which have a noticeable reptilian feature while using a variation of humanoid form. Okay, though this is not very common for actual reptilian species, for there is a very measurable percentage normally of the reptilian aspect and looking very scary, though it is of a humanoid form, who have been quite warped-minded characters for eons, with a blood craving and very brutal in fighting in territories and territorial situations. This is of who many times the Alliance warriors and different versions of the Alliance warriors will be fighting against to work on stabilizing a peace and territory lines to preserve the right or of smaller, less developed species of beings rights under universal law to have a safe life. Though please understand, this here is the line where it must be drawn to be able to fully understand the draconians of the Draco system. We will be talking of the variables of the Draco species, not lizard. For very truly, I tell you, this, should you call a Draco species of dragon a lizard, you will truly be dead soon. For there is no greater insult of a species of Draco than that, because the Draco species are of dragon. Dragon and lizard are not the same. The science taught on Earth is wrong. There's no connections. There never was. They're absolutely different species from the get-go. Okay? Now, uh, Draco dragons are wildly known for incredible fast math calculations, and many of them are looking very much human from a distance. Some even close up look very, very human. Yet please understand that the Draco dragons are not of the reptilian family either. For this, the false propaganda and programming lies, which that particular species of reptilians, from what I've talked about in earlier videos, from the Neptune and Saturn area of the solar system, are projecting with that grid around the planet Earth to fully used within the vapors of the clouds and spreading the wrong information and ideas and wrong beliefs to keep the Earth's spirit humans non-educated and simple-minded living in false agendas. It is also the crooked government figures under false promises that have changed what the public and religious teachings will be each generation to keep the spirit humans from developing. So please understand and bring this into a better understanding upon which truly that the truths about the different species of beings in this particular living multidimensional universe are understood from the higher dimensional libraries which the information comes from, and higher dimensional beings of good reputation or great reputation, which also share this information with me in meditations or dreams or sleep time walks and so forth. But back to understanding the Draco descendants. As I've mentioned, many have a humanoid form of body, while some species of them have much larger eyes or much bigger feet or a split tongue. Though, in closing here, let me explain. Okay, let me explain from the higher dimensional libraries about the split tongue. Number one, it is not from a curse or for a curse. Number two, it does not mean a being is evil or of bad intentions. The truths, number 3, behind the split tongues of some variations of different species of different types of bodies. This is the split tongue for species of in the same, let's say in different worlds. It helps them to position the food they're eating better for the type of mouth that their shell they're living in has. Though for others, it has much higher ability of detecting odors in the air around them as they would flicker that tongue out to taste the air. The split part of the tongue brings in much faster and larger informations of what is in front of them or on the sides of them. Okay? Now, this is mostly for defending themselves, so the species keep going. Though, within my own memories, I seem to remember a couple of humanoid versions of reptilians and also of lizard beings of species that right under that split tongue, under the tips, there are little sacs of poison and numbing fluids that are very, very deadly for, let's say, many different other species of beings when they're battling against them. Oh, gotta stay away from them. Gotta keep an eye on them. This, according to the libraries, this is actually from the libraries, is where the original saying is quoted. When you speak of this, is what it's saying. If you speak with the forked tongue, the meaning of it, the very original meaning of it, is that you are speaking with words that are poisoned and cannot be used, lest others feel the poison and come under its controls of lies. This area is the ancient spirit, Tralaka. As always, journey safely. Journey far and wide to many places in this incredible multidimensional universe. And as always, take care. Good night.